Okay, today we're going to introduce pattern 4. Pattern 4 has something called a predicate noun. But first, we need to remind ourselves of a few definitions. Remember, predicates are verb parts of the sentence. Nouns name a person, place, thing, or idea. Predicate nouns are nouns in the verb part of the sentence that rename the subject. So if it's in the verb part, it's called the predicate. So nouns in the predicate are called predicate nouns. Pretty obvious. Predicate nouns mean the same thing as the subject. Remember in our pattern 2 and pattern 3 sentences, we ask, does the direct object or indirect object mean the same thing as the subject? Well, we've always said no, but in pattern 4, actually the answer is yes. So they mean the same thing as the subject. Predicate nominative is another name for predicate nouns. So you might hear me say, okay, what's the predicate nominative instead of saying noun? They mean the same thing. Predicate nouns are labeled PRN. How do you find the predicate noun? Well, we ask what or who after the verb. For example, Mrs. Zier is my teacher. Mrs. Zier is what? Teacher. So teacher would be our predicate noun. Now, pattern 4 has a different type of verb. They are not action verbs, they are linking verbs. So what are linking verbs? Examples of linking verbs which you should write in your notes are am, is, are, was, were. Linking verbs are verbs that link, got a typo in there again, that link the subject to the predicate noun. So, in the example sentence, Mrs. Zier is my teacher, I could say, my teacher is Mrs. Zier. They link it, and that means we could flip over those links, and even though the label that we put on the word changes, it means the same. So I could say it either way, and it still means the same sentence. All right, how do you label pattern 4? We label pattern 4 SNLV PRN P4 as follows. SNLV on the top, PRN pattern 4 on the bottom. All right, let's look at another example. A man is a doctor. Who is a doctor? Man. Man is our subject noun. What is being said about man? Man is, linking verb. Man is what? Doctor. Does doctor mean the same thing as man? Yes. So doctor is our predicate noun. Which doctor? A, article adjective. Which man? The, A, article adjective. Now, what I was saying about the flipping around, I could also say this sentence as the doctor is a man. The meaning of this sentence does not change if I flip the subject and the predicate noun. So it works either way. Now it's your turn. Copy and label the following sentence. The big dog is a Bernese. Bring your labeled sentence to class.